The famous PS2 to HDMI converter. Is it worth it? Is it useful? Is it a product for you? Well, that's what we are going to find out on today's episode. Greetings gamers and welcome back to another episode of Retro Raider. My name is Johnny Retro and today, yes, I have the PS2 to HDMI converter right here. Now, there is no lack of information out there about this specific product and similar products to this one. But I think that in this situation, there is no such thing as too much information. And without further ado, guys, I want to give a huge shout out to my friend Nicole Concha. I will leave a link to her YouTube channel down below for you guys to check it out. She did a great job in reviewing this product. And yeah, I decided to give it a try because I never tried this baby out and share my thoughts with you guys. Now, before we jump into the actual review and unboxing of this product, and I will show you guys everything. I will show you this baby running on my 4K television, and I will also capture some gameplay footage for comparison so you guys can see for yourselves. Before all that, let's talk about the PlayStation 2. As you guys know, I'm a huge Sony fan and the PlayStation 2 is my favorite video game console of all time. The PlayStation 2 is awesome, the PlayStation 2 is love. We all love the PlayStation 2. It won the console wars during its generation. As a matter of fact, it is the best selling video game console of all time. One of the best gaming consoles ever made. In my opinion, it is the best console by Sony. It has one of the richest and most diverse gaming libraries ever. Again, the PlayStation 2 is awesome, the PlayStation 2 is love. We all love the PlayStation 2, but with all of that being said, one thing we can't deny. The image output of the PlayStation 2 is shit. It is just shit. I'm not talking about the graphics, I'm not talking about the frame rate, I'm not even talking about the resolution. What I'm talking about here is image clarity. See, you have the graphics displayed on your television, monitor, whatever, okay? You have the polygons, you have the, the icons, you name it. The image clarity is everything that it's between you and the graphics that you're seeing at the display. And yeah, even back in the day, the PlayStation 2 image was not the best. Now, the PlayStation 2 is actually capable of outputting several different signals, right? The first one, of course, RF, but nobody uses that. Not even back in the day, we didn't use that at all on the PlayStation 2. We have the standard composite cables, and this was probably the one that you used back in the day if you grew up with the PlayStation 2, like me. These were the cables that came bundled with the PlayStation 2 via SCART, of course. Even these ones are not the best. You have S-Video, but the chances of you using it are pretty close to none. Last but not least, you have component, and component is the way to go. It doesn't matter if you're using it on a modern setup or if you're using it on a CRT television. One side note here, you also have RGB SCART. Usually that would be the way to go, and a lot of consoles actually benefit a lot from RGB SCART. For example, the 8-bit and 16-bit consoles. However, we're talking about the PlayStation 2 here, and the PlayStation 2 specific, it works better with component. That is debatable, of course, and it will also depend on the game, and the game is very important here in this situation, but usually component is the way to go with the PlayStation 2. Now, just one side note here, guys. In this video, I will not give any comparisons with emulation or with the original fat PlayStation 3, the model that reads PS1 and PS2 games, okay? Those are for a different video, those are on a different topic, so I won't use those as an argument for comparison with this product today on today's video. So on a basic level, what is this? Well, this is not an upscaler or anything like that, okay? This is what it is. It is just a converter. What it does is that it grabs the component signal, the component output signal, from the PS2 and just converts it to HDMI. It is as simple as that. But is it worth it? Well, let's find out right after this. And here we are back again, guys. So let's start with the unboxing of the converter, okay? Standard box, nothing really special here. What we want is on the inside. First things first, we do have a manual, okay? But, the setup is pretty simple and straightforward. So let's put this on the side. Here is the actual converter right here, okay? PS2 to HDMI. made in China, of course. This is the connection port to the back of the PlayStation 2. And you also have a USB connection right here, okay? I'll show you guys this in a bit. HDMI plug and external audio right here. So why do we have a USB connection? This actually comes with an USB cable, okay? Because you need to power this, right? But don't worry, because you really don't need, an external plug or anything like that. You can actually power the converter through your PS2 USB port on the front, okay? The converter will work on both the PS2 Fat model and also with the Slim model, okay? But today I'm going to use my original Fat PlayStation 2 model. Here's the beast itself. So this is what you need to do. You just need to grab the back of your PlayStation 2, okay? Pick up the converter, just plug it in on the output port of your PlayStation 2, okay? Then you grab the USB cable right here. You connect this part on the side, and I'm sorry for taking it too long, but I'm doing this with just one hand. And then to power it up, you just plug it to the front of your PlayStation 2. Okay, so in the end, this is what you should get. Of course, then you need to plug the HDMI cable there. So as you can see, you have a little bit of a problem here. First of all, it's a little bit wobbly, right? And you kind of need some extra, display space here, because it adds this much space to the back of your PlayStation 2. My suggestion is use it on this horizontal position, okay? Because it can get a little bit wobbly, right? It moves a little bit on the vertical position. And another very important thing is that this doesn't get too hot, right? But it does get some heat. So make sure that you have your PlayStation 2 on a really good ventilated spot, right? So from now, I think that we should check out some gameplay, right? Let's move on to the television. And welcome to my living room, guys. Here I am on the back. Hello, everybody. First of all, you notice that the audio changed. It sucks. It is what it is. And that's because usually when I make my videos on my game room, I record the audio separately, okay? I use an external microphone through an external audio interface that is connected to my computer. Here in my living room, I don't have that. And I really don't have microphone to my camera. So it is what it is. There's two things that you should know before getting this adapter. The first one is make sure that your HD television, 4K television, whatever, can support 480i signal through HDMI, okay? That's 480i signal through HDMI, because if it doesn't, this converter will not work. Then you need to make some tweaks here on your PlayStation 2 configuration. Mine is in Portuguese. Let me just switch to English to all of you non-Portuguese speakers, okay? So this is what you need to do. Go to System Configuration, okay? Then scroll down to Component Video Out. And this is the one that you need to select. Not RGB. If you pick RGB, it will not work. It needs to be this one, okay? So everything is set, everything is looking good. Let's check out some games. Starting with some good old Tekken Tag here. Launch title on the system. Me personally, it is my favorite Tekken game. Just want to see a little bit of the opening cinematic, and so far, guys, let me tell you, so far so good. Of course that you will always need to tweak your television a little bit, your television settings. I just put these settings in a way that I feel comfortable with, of course. But again, you're watching a video of me shooting at the television, right? Of course that you have the edges there, but without that, I could say that this looks like a port of the game on a modern system. Looks beautiful. Very sharp, very clean. So far so good. Let's move on to some gameplay. So Warang, of course, and Jin Kazama. Again, this will not make any miracles, okay? It looks fairly good. Again, we're talking about PlayStation 2 here. It looks smoother. I believe that it looks smoother compared to your standard composite cables. You can notice that on the edges. And the overall color, the colors are... I believe that it has a little bit more contrast, if you will. But so far, looks good. Very fluid, good colors, good textures. Moving on to some Final Fantasy X. Me personally, one of the best good-looking games on the PlayStation 2. Let me tell you that the letters, I don't know if you guys could see that on screen, but the letters look a little bit messed up. Let me just go to the main menu here. Much love for Final Fantasy X. One of my favorite Final Fantasies ever. Yeah, I don't know if you guys noticed, but the letters, more or less, it is okay. It's, again, it is watchable. It's watchable. It's playable. And again, this is no upscaler or anything. This adapter is just a converter, okay? So far, let me tell you that Tekken looked way better. And believe me guys, this will depend a lot on the game, okay? The game itself will play a big, important role in the experience here. Yeah, this one, I have my doubts on it. It doesn't look bad, but it doesn't look great. Good old GTA 3. This is one of the games that usually it is used a lot in these type of, you know, comparison videos or testing videos. Because if you remember, this game presented a couple of problems. I love GTA 3. I used to play a lot back in the day, but it aged. It definitely aged. It's very dark. It has a very dark atmosphere, and the image of this game is not really the best. So that's why I also wanted to use GTA 3 to test out this converter on my video. And yeah, it's not looking great. I can't say that it looks great. I mean, from back in the day, right? If you remember GTA 3, back in the day this game looked gorgeous. This game was revolutionary. It's actually going to turn 20 years this year, which is crazy. GTA 3 is turning 20 years old. Through the HDMI HDMI converter, I can say that it looks great. From the 3, this is the one that looks the worst. And that's why I specifically picked these 3 games. Of course that I could pick other games, right? Gran Turismo or Metal Gear, you name it. I picked these 3 because these are games that I'm used to. These are games that I played a lot back in the day. And I think that these are good examples to see what this converter is capable of. So I went with Tekken Tag more for the gameplay aspect of it. Final Fantasy X because it's a gorgeous, good-looking game, one of the best good-looking games on the PlayStation 2, and GTA 3 because it's GTA 3. And everybody played this game back in the day. So yeah, GTA 3 on this converter doesn't look that great, guys. Again, it will depend a lot on the game that you're playing, right? And also your television settings. But yeah, don't forget, make sure that your HDMI, your HD television supports 4080i signal through HDMI. And also make sure to tweak those configurations on your PlayStation 2, okay? So from now, I think that we should take a look at some capture gameplay footage. So let's do this, and I'll see you guys at the end of the video.
Tag battle. Fight. I know a place on the edge of the red light district where we can lay low, but my hands are all messed up, so you better drive, brother.
This is Hit Radio, Love Media Station, just one of 900 radio stations, 300 TV stations, 3 satellites, 10 senators. Thank you. Hit Radio.
You're listening to Head Radio, rock Liberty City for 60 years. I'm DJ Michael Hunt taking you through another set of non-stop rock and pop. It's Head Radio.
I gotta go on vacation.
And there you go, guys, this was my review and unboxing of the PS2 to HDMI converter. Did I enjoy the product? Well, here's the situation. This is a cheap product, okay? We're talking about a €5 adapter here. So I would say that it is a cheap product with a cheap solution. But still, it is a solution. Remember what we've talked about in the beginning of the video, okay? The output signal of the PlayStation 2 is not the best, okay? The image clarity is not the best, so we're not doing miracles here. And if your goal is to play your original PlayStation 2 games on your original PlayStation 2 on an old school setup, I think that you're better off to go with the component cables on a good CRT television. However, if you do want to play your original PlayStation 2 games on an original PlayStation 2 but on a modern setup, okay, a modern monitor or HD or 4K television, this is a solution for you. You will not have the best image, okay? The graphics and the colors will not, pop out like crazy, okay? But it will smooth the image a little bit. So yeah, for €5, do I recommend it? I do, I totally do. But I would like to hear your opinions, guys, so please let me know down below what are your thoughts on the PS2 to HDMI converter. And just by fun, let me know what is your favorite way to play the PlayStation 2 library. Is it on emulation, on a fat PS3 model? Do you use the original hardware on an old school CRT? Or do you like solutions like this one? Let me know down below. Guys, this was the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have the extra time, feel free to follow me on social media. I'm on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And as always, take care of yourselves, take care of the gaming community, and game a lot.